Welcome back to our podcast, The Power Talk, the number one podcast in the whole of Trinidad, even down south. We had the whole crew here tonight. We have Keon, we have Sunshine, and we have Mariah. And soon we'll hear the voice from Jeremiah later on. So, guys, last podcast was real good and thing. As that topic was flying, blazing hot. But this week we have some serious topic again. So, the first thing I want to touch on, is this Richardson girl. She get banned from the Olympics for using. She faced a drug test for marijuana now, right? And for me, I say that it really makes sense because if you smoke marijuana, they say, all right, it's a drug. But where she from? The state she from? That legalized it. You understand? So she allowed to use and plus, she actually mom pass out, all these things. But I want to know is it wasn't even it don't even make her run fast. So what is the problem? She failed the drug test. So I don't
The
understand that.
rules are the rules, though.
The rules. The rules of that is that you have to pass your drug test.
She knew what the rules were, and she still chose to take the marijuana, so she cannot vex. Well, I don't
Yeah.
think she was vexed. She never made no excuses or anything for it. She accepted what she did, and she accepted the consequences and things for it. But the fact that people, well, I should say her fans or wherever, like people out here trying to justify what she did, it is ridiculous. The rules are the rules, okay? You fail your drug test, you can't get to run. If they bypass it for she, right? You know how much bacchanal are going to cost because you could bypass it for she, but for everybody else who failed their drug test, you never bypass nothing for them. So what makes she so special? So they had to do it for everybody and done.
I don't understand this whole drug testing, because it's not enhancing. If it was an enhancing drug, it would have be something different. It's just because marijuana um is just probably make you hungry, make you high, get a little high, make you feel good for a little bit at time. I don't because to ban you for smoking marijuana, because I doubt she was the only athlete that is actually smoke or actually, you know, take any like weed or anything like that. I find it should not just okay. I understand the rules, but it's not an enhancing job. If she was doing something to make she win, then it would have been something totally different, in my opinion. Because I really, really don't find that taking marijuana, especially if it's legal where she was, I mean, it goes against the rules of the people and them. I'm trying to understand that. I understand that, but you know, in where it actually come builds into reality, it's not an enhancing job to make she win. She didn't do that to win any race or anything like that at all.
Yeah, but and this
It
is the thing. This is the
doesn't
next thing too.
matter.
Yeah, but here the thing is right. This drug test is before she leave to go to Tokyo, right? It wasn't before the race. It wasn't the day of the race. It was a test before she go to Tokyo, right? Make sure that she not, well, as I say, on drugs right now. But if you in a state where it's okay to do this, and plus some people use these things to release stress, right? As you say, she mom the just pass, right? So she come and obviously she is using from before, right? But she mom pass and she said she use her as a way. I not saying that okay, it was okay for her to use that and still go and run on the thing. But what I think is if you I don't understand if you don't feel a drug test due to marijuana, it's not a enhancement drug. You understand? If it's like more something more serious, like cocaine or this kind of thing, these things would mess up your mental. Marijuana and alcohol is like almost on the same height. The drunken, yeah. Cocaine is taken
It,
on a different level. All these things taken on a different level. It's given a different height, right? But she she take this to go to Tokyo. When she go to Tokyo, she'll be sure right, so it will no longer be system after 24 hours. will no longer be in the system. So she failed that drug test to go. There is no proof that there was any enhancement drug because obviously before she runs she race, she passed all she drug tests prior before that. You understand? So you can't come and say one mistake, come and say that one mistake make you come and get stripped for you in the Olympics. And this she still come and say rules are the rules, she normal, she process it, cool. She know next day what not to do, she could process it easier. But for me, I find out it's a harder, it's an unnecessary one.
You see, just how she said rules are rules is that's how simple it is. You can't fight it. She as Cassie said, she knew that those were the rules of the game. You knew that going into it, whether the drug test was before you go or after you go. You knew that, and you knew that this around now is when you have to focus on that. So just don't do it. I understand that she was stressed and stuff, but at the end of the day, rules is rules, and if you, it's not like she didn't know that was part of the rules. She knew that. But I honestly, I'm glad that she actually got to go because her suspension ending before the time. So I'm glad that she got to go and she get to experience that. But I think the simplest way to define that is that rules are rules. You break the rules, you suffer the consequences. Whether it was stress, whether it was the drug test wasn't no time around a race, but this at this moment in time is about that in your life. This is about your career. So you had to set aside certain things when it comes to your career if you want to succeed in it. And she suffered the consequences of it. She seemed as though she didn't mind anything. She understood that she had to suffer the consequences. And it was simple as that. I don't think it was that much of a big deal to argue about. I don't think it was that.
But
It's
if you
just,
have
it's
this,
Exactly.
honest.
Exactly. Because let me tell you something, right? You know you know it have Olympics coming up, right? It is quite in Tokyo. You really think they wasn't going to do a random drug test on you before you leave the country? And yes, I understand that your mom died and everything, and
Ban
nothing.
wherever they
Listen,
came from.
nobody not judging you on
Yeah.
taking marijuana. You could do whatever you want, right? But what I saying is, as an athlete, you shouldn't be taking anything. Period. Okay? If that is how if you taking marijuana is your way of coping with certain things, right? Then don't go for no drug tests. You should not go on for no drug tests. If you know you took it, why did you still went to do it? You
I don't think
understand?
she had a choice. Eh? I don't think she had a choice any matter because
Well,
if, for she to
well,
go
if
across,
it,
I think she had was to take the drug test. Yeah.
well, right, okay. Well, what I'm saying is, right, you know the what you was going to get a random drug test either way, right? And yet still you choose to do that. I sorry, but I do not feel sorry for her, not one bit. Because you had certain stuff coming up. Like I said, I'm not judging nobody. You could do whatever you want, whoever is the case, but people should stop getting on because of she can't get to run. She failed the drug test,
No,
period.
and
Okay.
people
And then
usually
two,
goes getting on to yeah. Go ahead, go ahead.
and then two, it does not matter if the marijuana does enhance or not. It does not matter. The point is you feel it, right? You cannot get to compete in the games, right? That is just all it is.
Because all of this stem back down to this Black Lives Matter thing. Because the black, the black girl take marijuana and they want to ban she from Olympic because she smoke weed. I know if it's the rules, people shouldn't be really getting on like that because they're not being racist because it have other
Mhm.
black people in the sport. It have Olympics is world, so it have different race, different everybody coming together. So that they really was trying to base it off of a race, basically, the reason why they don't
Always.
want to run, you understand? And
no, but not
even
only
that
Diana Kian,
they bring up the
it's
same
not only Diana
thing too
because
with the Afro hair thing with the cap. Something with the Afro hair. Yeah,
Yeah. That's
something I
kind of
can't
what
remember
I'm
what
not
exactly
tripping
what it
in.
is, yeah. all of that thing come down to the Black Lives Matter thing and whatever the case may be.
Well,
The
you know,
whole thing
sometimes
with
people
that
just
swimming cap.
abuse. Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say that all the whole thing with that swimming cap thing is that um it had a brand that they was going to use because their caps was able to fit over the head properly, and I think it's the people behind the Tokyo Olympics thing. They was like no, they tell them to not use it and say something about elite athletes and them don't need no swimming caps or some kind of shippiness like that, which was very offensive. And that is one thing I will back them up on, because what is wrong with these swimming caps? So you telling me I must have to do what? I must swim with my whole hair out, or I must have to canoe down my hair or whatever in order to swim, so I cannot get swimming caps?
I mean, men does swim in cups too.
Thank you.
So I don't understand. Yeah, they kind of come out, they kind of move a little differently. That really the matter in that part. You know, but
Exactly.
as I was saying, you know I don't want to lie. Some people they take this Black Lives Movement to they doesn't put it for equality. Something they just want it as power. You know, so sometimes some people fighting for equality, and some people just fighting for alright, a getaway card, get to that jail card, right? Because we could do almost anything, no, but just because he black, and so I so they try to do like that. They want equality, they just want power. Right? Black people could get with anything. So this was I ain't saying no for me. I ain't saying no that she shouldn't get banned, but I find she still get she days home and she's still getting to go. That was
Mm-hmm.
for me. That make more sense. But for me to if she the miss, let me say it'll be more harsh and people more alcohol at her age if she the miss the whole Olympics because everybody knows she reach there, she leave Olympics starting quite only 28 of this month. So them don't go on down. But the next this next topic on my head is people in the Japanese actually protesting right now for no Olympics. They don't want the Olympics. Like the Japanese I think it was the president or somebody, prime minister president, I don't know who's the head of them country, came out and say that Corona is still a thing in the country and
Mm-hmm.
they done reduce for the opening ceremony, it might not have nobody in the stadium. The running of the torch, like the person is running with the torch like the Olympics torch. Like I think it's called the turn on fire or something like that. Like they they stop that. So it won't have the person around that through Japan again. So all these things. So I was not know if Ole agree that should the Olympics wait until next it should have wait until next year or let's just normal it to go through this year.
I Nah, they cannot wait till next year because next year there will be it will be kind of too congested in a sense because
Mm-hmm.
let's remember them things work on money and all the money people put into this, sometimes they go really lost. You understand? And as an economy, all the viewers and thing, Olympics just have to make money to build back up, revenues. They go really lost. So this year, if they had to do it behind closed doors, they had to do it behind closed doors because you had to get over and done with. Because if you push it back at next year, it might go be 2 years again for the next Olympics to start. And you can't already go through construction and everything. Remember, they had to work around everything and plan everything for the next one. And that why they must have it 4 years to plan everything and build that stadium and all them things in that process. So I I think it's correct that they're doing this here to get over and done because next year's World Cup and all. So
Yes, that is true.
all them thing would have been too much to really do one time because you know how big World Cup is. They can't do Olympics and World Cup in the same year. It will be too much.
Yeah, but
It could
true.
be
But how about like keeping it in an your next country
yeah they could
because
keep on. Some
I find it could make it easier to keep it in the next country that, right, maybe Tokyo don't want to risk it and same thing, but like for instance, the like Hungary had no corona and like the whole population vaccinated. And the stadium up to max capacity. You understand? So if I gotta create in Hungary or something like that, like just use my stuff football stadiums, I show it at track fields. I know they maybe build some facilities, but pandemic it we so they could have learned to adapt, and
yeah,
let's go through that. But
they could have switched it around, yeah.
for me, I didn't want I for me it would be too hard for them to play it next year. If you play it next year, they say World Cup is
Because
next year, and
Now,
there's a whole big thing already.
Because remember, I don't think they use wisdom. Because look how the real plan for this. What's your Euros? Because even if Copa America don't have no fans, but Europe
Yeah.
have fans because they really push and try and get things in order to get back fans in the ground. Like they try vaccine everything, everybody vaccinated, half the population in the country vaccinated and stuff. So they try to get
Mm-hmm.
everything back in order to get people back enjoying. Because remember, being home, I know that we struggling to do being home does it's frustrate you. And as I'm
Yeah.
being home all the time. So them country see that football is a getaway, that's the people to can enjoy themselves, you understand? So that way they try, everybody take all the vaccine and try and open back certain things. You understand? So yeah, they can really put it in the next country because that's so much a European country that open back up and have full capacity in the stadiums. They can use
Yeah.
back the London Stadium again.
Well, to come back to London, that'll be too stiff.
Yeah.
That'll be stiff. Well, that whole life is. Hey, other news earlier. Bill Cosby out. So,
hmm,
so if I know,
Some
Bill
people
Cosby.
excited.
Well, I mean, I not too
I
in depth with it, but I know something. I watch the other. I watch like Eddie Griffith. Is it Eddie Griffith? Yeah, Eddie Griffith was talking and he say, he bring up something that would make sense. Like, oh, you could bring up a rape allegation so much of years after. Like it's really it do it for me. I find that real mad. Like to be honest, he's a married person, right?
hmm.
And if he carrying you to the room, what again would a comedian, a married comedian, carry up to the hotel room for? What you gonna do? Are you not a comedian? What you read up there for? So these women at the time, I believe, because they come out and saying they get drugged and all this kind of thing. I would think Bill Cosby put them on his shoulder and took them up the stairs.
Facts.
You
My
understand?
my thing is, Bill Cosby, as old as he is, should just tell them here where's the scene. I done all I nearly there already. All this ain't called for. I done in jail. Just give me a good bed and some good food, and until I get I put my skin. Cause you can't tell me you old. By the time Bill Cosby come out, he there.
no, but the frame, I think the frame, but
I think you outside.
this whole thing. I feel some females in particular just do stuff like okay, say them do something with that guy, them willingly, and I was like, wait, but he have money. Let me try and let me try and get piece of that. Let me try and get a couple million. And I said, my dad say, okay, yeah, all right. The quickest thing they go back one, yeah, he ripped me, and they go run with that. And the how the law is. The law will always back the woman if it's a rape allegation. So
Yeah,
despite
but
what he do, and she say, yeah, he raped me. It don't need to have no proof or nothing like that. It could be 25 years ago. They will still charge him for rape allegation because it is against the law because it's woman rights.
yeah, but as I say, but how long that case was?
Facts.
2004, eh? Some people say
What
Because
2004 was
how
kind of
it had
2004. He
AJ,
get
you remember when it had the allegation with Cristiano with
yeah,
Ronaldo,
Ronaldo.
and the person come out and say that how Ronaldo raped you, whatever the case may be,
Mm.
she did that for money.
There's money. Same thing with
All
Neymar.
of them just do it for money.
yeah,
The
majority
catch,
of falling rape on them big stars is do it for money.
Yeah, but they catch one to go back up in the room with Nima, and she beat he like she lashed him. He never lashed her. She lashed him, and he just sent she out the room. Go on and see she gets sexually assaulted, but they don't know that she was being filmed. So they had the video
Oh.
that all she get lashed and the whole name might end up winning his case. Like, but the Ronaldo case now, we don't know what happened there. I think they come out and say that rumors, black market, black web say Ronaldo pay she off. That what he just say. Me,
No, well,
he
some of
had
them is doing
he
for
had that
money. If
money.
you pay them off,
Yeah,
they will drop
yeah.
it.
So that the next thing, sometimes women just use the sexuality as a power. I mean, I
And
don't want
that's
like
just wrong.
Uh,
yeah,
And
that
to
Personally,
get
wrong.
and to
man,
get
that's
certain things also. And to get certain things also.
Yeah. So as I saying, so these women they know the link up with Bill Cosby back in the days.
Sugar.
And
In the term sugar that sugar daddy term now, you understand?
yeah, so the link up Bill Cosby back in the days and I was going to Eddie Griffin, he say, and the pocket run dry. So
Mm-hmm.
they say, let me bring over something. I went and had the so by so with this with Bill Cosby back in the days. So so
Over 10 years ago, you telling me?
Yeah,
Look.
and you see
but
all
some
Bill
woman
Cosby
was
has to do is tell these people he's an old man and he don't have time again.
some woman
wait,
is
the man
really
is
crazy.
83.
Some woman is I honestly thought he's about 96,
So
honestly
young, Bill
speaking though.
Cosby is. You
Yeah,
sure?
he's
Serious?
83.
Is
He's
young.
83.
Why on you feel
When
Bill Cosby was
Bill
old?
Cosby, I never see Bill Cosby young a day in my life. Since Bill Cosby had his show, he was old. Right?
See
I
the much fat
never
album
see
now.
that
That
man
before your
young.
time. That before your
I
time.
never see that man. AJ, you ever watch Bill Cosby show and see he young?
Yeah,
But
fat
he
album.
was young on the Bill Cosby show, you know. He just used to look so, but he was a young man.
Hey, in fact, Albert, yeah, before he used
Hey,
to talk to them, he
them
was
lying
young.
about the age. He's 103.
Yeah, he's 83. He's 83, man.
No, big man think he had to be 103. Bill Cosby not that young.
Bill Cosby was probably, I think he was probably in his 30s when he was doing the
Nah,
Cosby
never,
show.
never,
That's not.
I go in and look it up
never.
because all
At
you, all
I
you,
could not
all
watch
you
Bill
in
Cosby show tonight.
at
denial.
least in the
No,
60s.
the
At
man
least
is
in the
it.
60s.
The
At least
man,
in
all
this.
you in
Nah.
All they
denial.
ever taking Bill Cosby on his show.
Yeah, but you gotta watch. You gotta
But
It's
he
watch.
was
normal.
never young.
The man here was great. The
The
man
man
here
was.
was
30 year
great.
old looking like a 60 something year old.
No, but
See,
All
that's
you
no.
in
People
denial.
just
I'm
age
going to look
differently,
it
yeah.
up.
Because if it's what's Wayne Rooney? Wayne Rooney just look like 56 and he's 33, and Ronaldo is 36 and he's look like 20 and he's look like 24. So people is actually age differently. I
yeah,
understand
but
that.
yeah, let's not check it like this, right? I think Raymond Simone acting now, right? I think Raymond Simone somewhere she like 37 now. So if you check in Bill Cosby age 83, take away that 37, means it don't matter, I'm not doing it.
Because even Sam,
But
this guy
it's
Sam,
still kind of hard back up.
this boy who acting home alone, he's about 43 right now.
Kevin,
Yeah, he's about 43.
I see you gonna have a baby with Brenda, so
And I
yeah,
just
so
still watch Home Alone.
Yeah, and he's
I
about
mean,
43.
Home Alone is a
Is that
classic, and
a very very old show?
like if you
I
go
feel like
Christmas,
if it's one person getting money from a show up to this day, him.
I think you get money,
I
but
feel like the
I mean,
number
sir,
one. I feel like the number one Christmas show,
it is the
honestly,
number one Christmas show, done.
That
Like
show
you,
still
because
up. That show every Christmas you're sure to watch a Home Alone.
you
every
have to watch Home Alone.
even I watched you up till 5. Even though after part 3, I find part 3 was good. People doesn't read part
Part 3
3,
was good. I
but
really enjoy Part 3.
after
Part 2
part
was trash.
3, it kind of
They
it
milk it.
really lost
They
it
milk
lost
it.
the
They
crit
milk
it
it.
lost they try to drag it I
Yeah,
If
just stop by 3.
you go out Christmas without watching Home Alone, something wrong.
And
let me be real.
the Grinch too, the
The Grinch is
Grinch.
Yeah,
the Grinch is
free.
a plus. I like the new Grinch.
I never
Yeah.
watch.
The
I'm not
animation.
interested in. I'm not interested in cartoon.
No, but never watch it.
No, I'm not interested in cartoon.
It. I think, but it does for me. See, let me tell you something. Jim Carrey is a legend. I don't care nobody say the man is a legend because he bring a character and give the character personality. All Dr. Sue Wright was, he was the Grinch. He just didn't like people. He was just lonesome by himself, and it's like that. But Jim Carrey, he bring a style, a flavor to that character, and for me, that's what made that movie.
I
Thank God they never make a part two, because sometimes something just needs to be part one and leave it to be part one. Like for instance, Boss Baby. I watched Boss Baby the other day, and I was like, they really didn't need to
You
make a
see
part
the
two.
new Boss Baby will come out?
Yeah,
you see
they really
shows
didn't
were
need to make a
part
part
two
two.
was real good. Like actually, like when it only had two parts, um, Lion King and Brother Bear.
How we reach
That was
from
the
the
only because Tarzan 2 they didn't need to make a Tarzan 2.
Nah, they didn't need to make that. Like
They
some,
didn't make
like,
it.
okay,
Hi
like for
guys.
instance,
Hi guys. Restrain.
No,
Right.
I'm
So he
watching.
was 32 years, right?
see, nah, never. Could never be.
He was Bill
Could
Cosby
Bill
was
never
Cosby
be.
32 for the Cosby
reality
Show.
show?
Bill, yeah, he was 32 years on the show.
Nah.
When
Now
the
with all that,
when the
with
when the
all that
show
gray hair,
now started, when the show now started, he was 32 years.
how
But
much
he was
seasons? How
20.
much
I
seasons
think he
that
was
show has?
26.
How much season that show has?
Um, how much seasons were it? I can't
I
even
think he was in
remember.
20s. He was in the 20s when he used to host the Fat Albert show.
Only Bill Cosby was never young. Full stop.
Yeah, but the Fatabot show, is it that in Fatabot was a movie itself?
Can
In
you head
fact,
on the
I was
floor?
a children show.
Or
I
the
mean,
head on the floor?
the
Who,
I
cartoon.
who,
can't remember
who,
how
yeah?
fat I was.
Or
Fat
they
Albert
never,
was a children show.
yeah, but all they never watch Fat Albert?
That
Yes,
was
Like,
I
the
used
movie,
to
yeah.
watch Fat Albert.
right? It's the Bill Cosby kids. That
Right,
what it's
but what I'm
called, right?
saying is
He used
how
to
old he
talk
was.
before. He was in the 20s when you do Fat Albert.
Wow,
I
Well
think
then, right. Well
really years
then,
ago.
the Bill Cosby show, he was 32, so.
That over 60 years ago.
Oh gosh.
Nah, Keanu.
no, it could be there. It
It
could be
is.
there.
It is.
Oh
Only Bill
God.
Cosby old. Bill Cosby dying just now.
We killing you, man, for them.
He's only
Are you wasting
83.
people's time with this set a long talk about you coming out of prison and kind of thing?
The Fat
And you
Albert
I
show
fine?
was made in 1972. So all I do the maths.
He was
72,
90.
about
50.
105.
That would be
Eh,
that would
the show
be
was in 1969.
about 50 AJ. About 50.
19.
Or
Shut up. What is
49.
wrong? Wait.
50 or 49.
Wait.
Bill Cosby show was in 1984 to 1992, and from 1999 to 2004 he did Little Bill. That used to be on Nickelodeon.
I never saw that.
You never see Little Bill?
Nah.
Bill
Yeah,
Cosby
yeah.
was born in
I
slave trade
I
days.
honestly never really
Because he's a billionaire or how he had access to have all these shows.
I never
Little Bill
really
had book hunting. Everybody watched
I
Little Bill. I trust my tell
nah
them.
I never watched I can't remember watching them honestly speaking. I can't
Kian,
remember
I don't
watching.
even
Kian,
know
you
what
watch
is
Little Bill,
Little
Kian.
Bill.
No, I probably watched it, but I honestly I can't remember at this moment. I really can't
All right.
remember.
All
But
I know was Fat Albert. Me, I know nothing about no Little Bill.
Little
yeah.
Bill was what the little black boy who messed our front teeth and he had a B on his chest, all yeah.
He just
Nah,
look
can't
like
remember.
Keanu.
Can't remember. I honestly can't
Look,
remember.
I drop it there for you guys to see.
I never watched this Bill.
That used to be on
Mm,
Nickelodeon like every
nah,
morning and
I never watched that.
I never watched
Every
it.
Is it
morning.
in 2004? I didn't have Nickelodeon. I had Channel 6 and 9.
Kian,
Me too.
Kian,
It
Kian,
How?
wasn't Channel 9 yet neither. It was like
Kian.
Channel
It used
4.
to show on Channel 9.
Why Little Bill looking like Blue's Clues?
So that was the animation. But
He look
Kian,
like you
I
know the
never get
looking
cable
like the
onto
black version of Caillou.
he was the black version of Caillou. But Caillou came first.
You
Caillou,
came first?
yeah, Caillou was in 1997 to 2010. Why Caillou never aged?
But yeah, them
Like,
slogan is going for so long, yeah? And because look at SpongeBob going on for how much years now? And
nobody
SpongeBob
knows
still
and
going
SpongeBob
on
age.
today.
and the and
We just get still get new episodes of SpongeBob today.
I don't know if
Yeah,
they change the voice
SpongeBob
of the
this.
I don't know if they change the man or just get somebody who can mimic the voice, but like if he's still doing that, props to he. I
Yeah,
will applaud you because
SpongeBob not old
really
yeah.
has to adjust your voice
You know
to that.
how long SpongeBob out AJ?
Don't be
SpongeBob was
don't
since I born 1999. SpongeBob first
exactly
episode was
1999.
1999. Like the
It
same year I born. Me and
not
SpongeBob is
long, not
the same
long.
age.
Yeah,
Exactly,
but
not
you don't
long.
know how old the man was when SpongeBob come out.
No, well, we don't know how old the man is, but we
No,
know how old the show is.
no, I'm not talking about the age. I'm talking about to go so long using a high pitched voice. You
Yeah.
understand?
Like probably natural voice.
He probably
He
nah,
needs
it's
to
not
get
natural voice.
he needs to get his flowers.
And he
I
died?
probably I probably think he does I probably think he does just be walking around with the SpongeBob voice comfortable and not even
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, the guy new actor. I think Tom Kenny did it.
I'm not sure.
I think he died.
Yeah, but this guy
Died.
No, I seen him alive. Yeah.
no, he's still a part of
Spon-
the SpongeBob. I
Yeah,
the
but it had
SpongeBob guy not dead, you know.
who did?
the guy who
Nobody
acts
in there.
Simba. No, Mufasa, the voice of Mufasa.
The voice of
Yeah.
Mufasa never dead, brother man. When he did,
No,
Watch I to cry.
no,
Kian,
some
are you mad, blood? The man of the
no.
voice of Mufasa, he was the voice of Mufasa, even though he lanking live action, and he can come into America part 2 then. The man
Yeah,
still
but
alive. Don't kill the
when I
man.
was making Lion King too, some no, oh yeah, they use back the same voice. Sorry, they use back the same voice. I heard something because I was like, how they use back the same voice and he died.
You know who died? He died maybe 2 weeks ago, I believe. You see the Sebastian the Crab, the actor, he died.
Mm-hmm. Oh
That man,
sure.
yeah, he died. You know it was a Trinidadian accent he used.
What?
Yeah, he was actually. I told people I didn't. I tell my sister that yeah, 'cause we was watching the movie. Don't ask me why we was watching that, but we was watching the movie and I was like, why why he acting song is so. I don't want to say it's song Caribbean, but the pants playing in the background. I was like, it's songing like it want to be Caribbean, but it's so close to us now. So I went and check and I read he thing. The video I watched it said that he put in a Caribbean accent. But when you read he like his story behind it, he say when he went college, he had a roommate and his roommate was from Trinidad. And so he just tried to mimic his roommate. And I was like, my G don't know people so think some people
Wow.
think it's like a Jamaican accent. He have one. But
Yeah,
I
but
thought
yeah,
it
I
was
like it. And
Jamaican too. Growing up,
I know most
I thought
people
it was Jamaican.
when they think Caribbean, the first country they'll say
It's
it's Jamaica.
Jamaican.
Yeah. It's
but
Jamaica.
I mean,
this is the thing this is the thing I get. Um this is the thing I don't understand because they say, all right, no offense to the Jamaican. I love Jamaica and take it. But and this is I even bash them actually, it's a good thing. The Jamaican people like Jamaica so much. Why? They stick with their culture and the tradition of it. They're very proud, right?
Yeah.
They don't talk like you meet the Caribbean people and them like Jamaican. They don't talk how we try to force to talk English, like proper English. Them talk how they want
mm-hmm.
to talk and they're proud of the way they talk.
Because everybody's trying to talk Jamaican because honestly trying to talk Jamaican is actually be fun, man.
It
Yeah,
Honestly.
is.
because it's
And
real fun.
because Jamaican, I feel them have one of the best set of like comedians, honestly speaking. Because you say Chabas. Chabas is like entertainer. When I used to
Yeah,
watch
but
Chabas whole day.
you see, no, but it's we like it because of them style of talking and they have a good slang and they say why could the proud of what they saying they have nation pride they say but we Trinidadians now love to fight each other. And a matter of fact, let me even say we Trinidadians. We Trinidadians and Tobago because we Trinidad and Tobago we like to fight each other. They like to say okay. And for me, I actually say Tobago more close than Jamaica. Them like the culture, Tobago culture
Mm-hmm.
way different from us. They're real close to
All right.
I
Jamaican.
always wanted to eat bread in a mother oven.
I eat bread in a mud oven. I eat bread in a mud oven already
I
actually.
always wanted to eat bread in a mother oven.
It's not like normal bread. It's just in a mud oven.
No, I know it gonna taste like normal bread. It wouldn't taste like mud. But I want to see how the flour just rise.
You just reboard. But yeah, I was saying so the Jamaican them very proud of their heritage and this and we Trinidadians just just love to fight it on. Like for instance, like alright, the Trinidad is just Jamaica, it's just dancehall, Trinidad dancehall. You understand? We don't like to claim the Guyanese claim soca more than us. Like they will be real. The Guyanese them claim soca more than us. The Guyanese no I talked to one of my Guyanese soldier from UTT there. He said that the number one song over there is soca and chutney. That is the same as us. We just have calypso in the mix as well. Right? But they have chutney is more influential in them country. But the second is soca, right? And we here now we rather play American songs or more like people only listen soca when it comes close to carnival time. And
True.
like I don't think nobody ever it really it's rare to hear somebody playing soca in the car going on the road. You're more here dancehall Trinidad or you hear rap. And
Mm-hmm.
these thing look I watching yeah the 85 South show. Busta Rhymes, he have Jamaican heritage and he one year he good soldier who always tell my face name Skrill or something like that. Or Split or something. Split. Split is a Trinidadian. He from Trinidad. And he say that he culture, like Busta Rhymes say that the Trinidad culture is a good thing, but he just cling to the Jamaican. Why? Because they own it. They like how they style of talk. They have the part of the performance and all these things. And that's why I don't understand why we Trinidadians doesn't. We like to cling. We like to run down. If the America doing this certain thing, we want to do that. If England doing this thing, we want to do that. If um Jamaica doing this thing, we want to do that.
Yeah,
We
that is
have
true.
our own
Because
thing.
look at this, right? When Jamaica and I'm playing football, the back in the country hard, like
Mm-hmm.
real hard. And I personally fall in that category because I don't find we Trinidad team all that good. I don't really watch we Trinidad because I think we have a game tonight. And
Serious?
Yeah, we Golden Cup start, yo. World
yeah,
Cup
we have a
start.
game versus Mexico tonight, and I'm not interested to watch it. And look at how the Euros
I don't
going on.
support Trinidad, you
Look
know.
at when we get qualified to the Gold Cup. I see Gary Griffith um
Yeah.
dance to a soca
No
warrior. He
well.
danced to It's
No
Coming
well.
Home. You
We talk
understand?
to the after. We talk about after
He
Carry
he,
and that
dan- he
thing.
danced to It's Coming Home, and he danced to England going through to the finals for the first time in 55 years. But we culture and the people we don't represent and celebrate. Because if it's a comedian in Trinidad and they're going to school or something, and he say, everybody put your hands up in the air. Nobody can put their hands up in the air because we full of
Mm-hmm.
pride. We full of
Yes.
Mm.
pride. You
Self
understand?
pride.
We
We
don't
not
want to
patriotic as well.
we don't want to look out of place. Like, understand? We don't want to be because we based on ranking. We want to look good. We want to go there and look swag. We just want to go, climb in a corner and do your own thing. That is what we vices. You understand? So when it's come to actual culture and actual thing, people don't even like we were speaking about it last topic. People don't take this Juve thing as cultural again anymore because Juve is masquerade. Juve is the night midnight bandit. All them thing parade in the streets. That is what Carnival and Juve and we Juve and thing is about. But we
Yeah,
turning
that
it
what carnival is about. Juve is
no,
what it is right now.
yeah, but we turn this whole thing into a party because nobody don't really wear masquerade costumes anymore. People just want to go for last lap. You understand? To find a
No,
bird.
about Juve.
You understand? And Juve. You understand? So all them thing to represent we country, we don't do it anymore. Because even if you go a carnival in Miami, we wanna put on a blue devil, we wanna put a midnight rubber or something bandit. I can't remember the name.
Yeah, because
The
the Jamaican carnival is called John Canoe. I think that is normally be around Christmas time. I can't remember. I do what you long me do drama. I learn this in drama in theater arts. And them don't have like the Juve. Them is it have the Juve, but I like after you have your costumes and it have a lot of people will come out as these costumes and these as these carnival characters, I should say, and do this thing. And that was saying that the very patriotic when it comes to them nation, the history and all these things. That and the very like for instance the love, the lift up, that does lift up the tourism. The lift up tourism. I
No,
watching
Jamaica
somebody,
actually beautiful. I wouldn't
yeah.
lie.
I watching somebody in St. Lucia, show some pictures in St. Lucia, show the beach and show some mountains and these things. And I was like, wow, these real nice. And it hit me because AJ, you from a Caribbean country, why you saying wow? Like, bro, like I don't gonna lie. Just when known yeah, they would Barrington, downtown, I'll be going to long time I see the North Range and I just watch the mountains just they right when you see the highway by City there, you just see all the range and all the mountain look and say it's looking real nice. But why we don't have a big tourism like we only milking Tobago for tourism.
And
Right? We have
Trinidad, love how
yeah,
nice place.
Trinidad have nice places, but it's the maintenance what we
Yeah.
not keeping. You understand? I sure for a fact that if you go out somewhere up in Toko side and you go out and you see, we can have maybe some kind of like a Boko Reef, not Boko Reef, but a reef or something there. Not an island pool, we have reef or something there. Somewhere around Trinidad, we get this thing as well. The waterfalls and them. It's about time, for instance. I don't know, last time I went Marcus was a while, but it's about time you could put a normal hiking trail, or if it's a hiking trail where people go, slap some railings and make a beautify the place and these kind of thing. Me
Like,
want to build, me want to commercial building and thing in the place. Like
I
some small
I
shed
wanna
and these
say
kind of
that
thing.
would be possible in Trinidad, but honestly speaking, because Trinidadians thinking so different from Tobago. We tourists go come down and we go want to do them all kind of thing. We go want to make fun of them and we go want to endanger their lives. You understand? And the whole Trinidad itself, not Tobago, Trinidad itself can make so much in tourism because there always something will happen. You understand? Always a fight go break out because you whenever you go to Tobago, you meet anybody you talking to them comfortable.
Comfortable.
Everybody
There's Tobagonians nice people, right?
is a unity. You can ask anybody anything. You could go in a person's yard. You understand? But Trinidad is so much is ego and pride so much in Trinidad that whatever we have, you know, understand? We go watch it and be like, hey, Tobago, some people come to country too, but people actually going to Tobago, not Trinidad. People don't want to come Trinidad anymore. You
Yeah, but
understand?
what the next thing I just say too, right? We have so much nice beaches in Trinidad, but why everybody come? There's only Marcus don't to go. Marcus. Why look at build up the rest of the beaches? Why only Marcus is the only tourism beach? This is kind of thing, and for me, I'm not bashing the government, but I ain't even want to bash the government because the two parties who was in charge. I've been doing nothing when it comes to the state of tourism. We as a Caribbean country, if we as a Caribbean country, we know that the incomes come from foreign people who have higher currency than us and spend the most. Now, I ain't gonna say bust price on them, because they bust price on them, they busting price on we too. We ain't going through that so there. But what I'm saying is, organize the place, fix up the area. If you fix up, for instance, if you fix up a nice place down Miaro, if you fix up a place down, like what you pitch lake done. The pitch lake is a tourism place, right? The last time we went there was what, like 2016,
Yeah.
right? And I when I went there, it have a nice little place to sit down and wait for the tour guys and these things. Ah, commend that. I like that. I
Call a
like what I
museum
saw.
also. Call a museum
Yeah,
also.
at the museum, I like that. But the road is trash, bro. The road was skipping on everything. Speaking of museum, we National Museum. Like the most boring thing I ever seen in my
You
life,
wouldn't
bro.
believe I never went in a museum.
I went to a museum once, and that's the most boring thing in my life. I went to a museum in England, and I was so fascinated. And I was like, wow, because I have so much exhibit, so much of pictures, so much of painting, all these things. Like every time I go in South Park, not South Park, C3 it's called that place again with rituals. It have a picture with San Fernando before like it was thing. That good pictures to have in your in the archives in the
I
museum.
don't know. I don't know what I think about this, right? Because I need a little opinion on it. Because we country, it had all different. It had the Arawaks, it had the Spanish, it had the Caribs,
Caribs.
it had the French, the English. Everybody was battling for your country. That's so much of wars and stuff, right? I understand that you don't want to promote war, but we country was have so much like
History.
yeah history, but also the amount of people that was the different cultures and race and stuff, right? Because
Yeah.
even up Lupino, I don't know, Lupino so filled with Spanish,
Spanish.
with the parang and everything, and people we don't even big up Lupino as much as um as we should, because that is cultural. You understand? Parang is we culture. No other country does they have parang, and
True.
we don't big it up like how we go big up soca music and big up our artists healing we all in our next country. If we promote parang, other countries will start the same parang, because soca parang, I tell you that it has been real good.
Yeah,
You
and the
know
thing is, who say parang is Christmas music though?
that is true. I mean the basically sing about ham and pork, yeah?
No, like for soca parang, he did that for. But and then listen, okay, take a parang song and translate it. There's nothing to do with Christmas. If you take a parang song and translate it, you won't see
Mm.
that is a Christmas song. Take it a normal song.
Because I tell you, we country get so dangerous now. Normally you would go around, people would come around your house singing with guitar, paranging. You understand? Anybody, you can go by anybody and parang. Because I remember Boxing Day, we just on the move, house to
Yeah,
house. People who
Yeah,
you even went by in your life, and
you
you going,
just go in my house.
and when you reach home, you can't make because you eat so much.
you
You
need so much.
understand?
But it also come down to does why do I think the place comes so dangerous? For me, I say the most influential thing right now is how to be the music. And
Nah, it's not the music.
I say the government, but
you feel the government.
yeah, because
So
people people a lot of people out of jobs,
Yep.
and the security in the country, the coast guards, everybody, it's so much uh, so it's so much on the low that you don't know what's going on anymore. You understand? You have no idea what's going on. We don't know what's going on, right? That everything that's creating chaos. You understand? So where people could have be getting jobs easier, people have to work hard, and people have to feed their family. I understand that. Me, aligning with it, but I understand that things really does be difficult
yeah,
for
but all
some
I'm
community
saying,
for some
yeah, you're
communities, because
saying,
they must stigmatize some communities. Oh, yeah, don't go there, or don't go there. You understand? Which it shouldn't be.
yeah, but you're seeing that it's hard like that, right? But I don't blame it. I'm not saying how I'm not blaming somebody, but let me be real. Sometimes these things start from school, right?
Not from
These things
school, from the home.
it could be home, it could be for
I
me.
don't think it's
I
home.
believe it's
I don't
school.
think it's home.
It can't be home. It have
And
to be
it's
school.
not always home. Sometimes it's the
Yeah.
individual
No parents
themselves.
can tell you go there and do that. No parents.
Exactly.
It no,
You will
it
sometimes go see a criminal, and when you're watching kind of home that it was brought up in, you will never believe there was a criminal.
yeah, but that was saying. But for me, I seen the reason I touching in the music, right? This follow don't know. My mother still tell me to this day, right? That when our father of our nation, Dr. Eric Williams, was the prime minister at the time. Such a nice time, but he was very strict. Like you can't play, you can't sing this certain type of song, and you can't mention people religion in your song and these kind of things. No, it's a borderline, and with this now, it wasn't like to be making people behave, but it was an understanding. Now, when they come with this song now, let me be real. You go in these areas, and ask them boy to sing any kind of song. The first song they will sing is out have to be a gunman tune. Have to be.
Yeah, but I don't think I personally disagree that songs will influence somebody's character.
Is no. Well, as a baby, how do you get when you start to learn? Did you see your ABC as A, B, C, D, E, or you sing it?
Yeah, but that will influence your character to be a criminal or a good person.
Mara, if you hear grab a gun, shoot off a boy, you know, or as Swanee say, shoot off your hand while big glass and press gas. You understand? You
I
understand? You
didn't
listen
listen
all
them.
these things.
I didn't listen them songs. They don't see me out here shooting up people.
No, Mara, but listen what I was saying.
You didn't
As we
grow up.
also
You
say,
didn't grow up
yeah,
under that. You didn't grow up
you
under
didn't
that.
grow up on
It's
that as an environment.
because how a child is this
No,
this
but
this
right, there's an environment that don't have nothing to do with the music. If you grow up with guns and seeing killing and all kind of thing, that's the environment. Yes, you will
No,
have
Mara,
music there
Mara,
as well,
music
but
Mara,
too.
they don't
Mara,
have
Mara,
nothing. I disagree.
If I
Mara.
grew up
Do
my
you
child
listen
listening gospel
Trinidad
music
Holy?
alone, my child will definitely listen gospel music alone for the rest of their life.
If your child grew up listening gospel music alone, but seeing guns and shooting all over the community,
They will not turn to
They
the
will
gospel.
not. They will not
that's
turn
what
to the
you
gun.
feel, Keon. That's what you feel.
Mara,
That you see in in that instance is where you will see where your child will choose. Because that instance your child have two options to go with what he's seeing or go with what he's hearing.
Okay, I
And
understand.
if you choose either one, it have nothing to do with music.
All right. So, one question, Mariah. Right, when you're going to school, right? You went, you came secondary school, and you never hear a cartel or anything in your life, and you're the first cartel you hear when my rifle beat,
boy,
boy,
I
I
feel
fi
drop
drop down,
down.
right? You going and sing that right through,
True,
and you
yeah.
and after that you gonna think that, hey boy, I could really, I as a gangster, you understand? Singing that is playing a mental state that they
Yeah.
think that they're actually bad. You
Think
understand?
about it like this, Mara.
People just
Mara,
want music to put them in a mental state. If I sing in a song, I just that doesn't mean that that song will define my mental in the future or even in that moment. That I
yes,
just
it
like
does.
this song, I sing in the song.
No, Mara, let me be real. If a man come and hit me, right, they're friends, right? When you heart broken, are you going to sing? Cause I'm happy come along. If no, sister, man, you go to the heart, you go on Fantasia. I say another here. You go in all them things. You go in your feelings, right? So if a man, for instance, these boys, somebody violate him, right? I say, but I'm thinking, boy, and he vex. Are you still want you going home now? Boom. The home man want you to listen to some song. He not going to listen no love song. What he going to listen to? We both said heart. Somebody they're gonna hit them song, right?
And you know, with
These
that,
song,
with that now, it will give them the motivation to retaliate,
exactly.
the music. You understand? To give
When
them,
them boy going to kill somebody, what think what song they're going through their head? What you think they're going to listen in the car when they're going to do a drive by?
because I'm sure
They're
if
not
you listen to
listening,
gospel,
no.
if you listen to gospel, you will not do that. You will never do that ever.
So it music does music. Let me tell you, your gateway to your soul is the eyes and ears. And if the eyes see something, and the ears hear what it sees, you're gonna do it.
I disagree.
So how you can disagree with that, ma? Music, it is scientifically proven as well, a matter of fact, that music could change your mood. Music could make you do things you
Change your
don't want to
mood.
do.
Yes, music can
No,
change your mood, but music cannot define me as a person.
I never see music define you as a person, ma.
Music can
I,
make you act out in ways that is never even possible you can imagine. Music can make you act certain way. You
if
understand?
I
Because
come and say
music deals with emotions.
if I as a dictator come out and say, you know what, we listen one song alone in this country. Scott, like, not let me say North Korea, right? In North Korea, them don't listen no song from the outside. Them was only listen to what King Jong
K-pop.
Un could sing. Them song what King Jong Un approve, right? Them listen no song outside. Do you know that there's no gang warfare over there? Not a dictatorship that they can't leave in it. But there's no gang warfare. People who getting arrested breaking simple laws or either um what's called this defect, that's trying to leave the country, some kind of thing. Small wars, like small crime like these things. Talking to tourists and these things.
Yeah.
These are things
No.
we're in prison for, right? But
Bruh.
there's nothing to, like, for instance, if why they haven't have a coup or something to go and rise up against the supremacy over there, because there is nothing to motivate them. Nobody will
Bruh.
come out and speak. Nobody will.
It happened to you already. It happened to you already. Because when you go a party,
Amen.
right, and you hear soca, you jumping up, your hands in the air,
That's
water,
my
rocking,
choice. I
No.
right?
could go a
No,
party
listen,
and not
listen,
dance to
listen.
soca.
No, no more listen, right? And you hear, from the moment you hear a gunman song, you throwing up a gun
I
sign,
got my son, yeah.
are you skipping? The moment you hear reggae, you're swaying. You understand? So music does do with emotions. The music does change your thinking. So why you don't jump up and wait for a reggae dance?
Yes, I understand that music has a lot to do with your emotion and it will change your mood. Yes, I experienced that multiple times. But don't
So
tell
this
me
change your
that
thinking also.
don't tell me that somebody killing somebody because he doesn't listen gunman tune.
No, and I must still kill them because he lives in God, man. Like,
Because
wait, easier for him
we
to
just
commit that.
yeah, cause we just listen it too. We just listen it too sometimes. But what it does, if it don't, if it is only listen that alone,
It
you
heightens the emotion. It'll be easier
yes,
to
you
be.
will yes, you'll be easily influenced to do certain things that you don't want to do without you even knowing, because the how easy a spirit can be manipulated.
Okay.
If I is also is like this, right? As I say, some people start fighting in parties and they for marshy clocks. I was back in the days, You understand? Because let Carter drop this song. Like, for instance, nobody rocking class until Carter drop that song. Clocks, so nobody rocking clocks. I know, yeah,
True.
popcorn and we get a new clocks, my daddy. And then men said that real
Nobody
bad
rocking
man no
skinny
shuffle in the
jeans
shots,
until they
straight
started singing about
jeans.
skinny jeans.
Yeah. And everybody after me ask when again, everybody started rock clocks. Right? So when Carter song come out and say, when my referee beat boy have to drop down. What are you talking about?
When
What the lifestyle? He's singing them song. What the lifestyle Carter was living? Because he's singing them song. K Lion, these men, R.I.P. K Lion with these things, but Rebel sing Rebel man, T Rebel get gone down. Lot of these men who sing these songs, like out there in Jamaica anyway, when they sing them song, you about that life. You talking about watching like now they got a little soft. But man like Tupac and them singing real thing.
no,
They went through that,
them
them live these thing.
when yep, you see them rap song singing with them thing, them was real. That was real rap. That was that them men had guns. Men and them used to go to war. Cause
Right?
them beef in the back of them days, it wasn't a rapping. Them
No.
beef was beefing. You
It was
understand? So
war.
when they sing, they're singing to express what they're gonna do to you. You understand?
Jungle Justice, Popcorn drop that song. When he talk about you know, rape and support. What the man show like these kind of things. The Jamaicans start to do that.
When I'm
They
cut,
start talk about they start boom bye bye and a batty boy. They start to kill gay people. Waiting what going on there? Let me be real. Music. If I listen to one song over and over and I reach that situation where the song speak about something I could do, I could say no, I could do that easy. So as he said, pull up and press. Why on the glass shoot up and press gas? Easy, I could do a drive by. Simple as that. He said, you know what? I could do that. Instead of
it
off
is
straight, I will outside, I think boom boom and run
it
again.
does give you motivation to do certain things that they don't want to do. Because all of a sudden you just feel to fight. You just feel to fight that boy just so. You just feel to run up on that boy and hit him. You
Yes, get
understand?
aggressive. You does
Yeah,
get aggressive.
your whole personality and everything is changed. Your aura is changed. You understand?
I just listen love song and get aggressive by.
Mariah, you just listen love song
No,
and continue. You just be depressed. Be honest with me, Mariah. If
hey,
you listen
hey,
I
love song
just
whole day,
hey, Kian. I just listen love song. I want to shoot man and thing by it.
lie.
I'll lie again.
No, when you listen love song, I want to do that. It's because the love song saying, um, because you love song saying something about men are good, men doing this, men doing that. So you get aggressive towards men now. Am I wrong?
Am I wrong?
Yeah, but
No, but it are no button that.
sometimes
It on the butt.
in a normal love song and I want to kill somebody.
Well, you see what
Because
you get that feel. I say you get that feel you want to kill somebody. Well, let me say, instance, as you say, your father is a policeman. He know he gun is right. He fit to kill somebody, and you wanna listen some serious John Soul train bad. You see a boy straight and now you has a gun in your hand. It's two shots to the neck and he gone.
because
Guys,
if you have
stupid.
if you have if you have
Ah.
suicidal thoughts and you listen a
Oh,
gunman
I
music,
something
you will
like it,
never
Fred, and let it
you
go.
will
Yeah.
never want to kill yourself if you listen to a gunman song. You will never kill yourself. If you listen to depressive music, you will commit suicide because it giving you that motivation to be like, yeah, life really hard, and I know good, and it will give you that extra drive because we all know Satan is the god of music. You understand? So that will give you the extra motivation to do things you don't want to do. It is manipulate you.
Facts. So Mara, agree to disagree. You know what?
I
Um,
understand. It's your opinion. I understand. I understand.
yeah.
Yes,
Well
it's
guys, that is the end of our program, you know. I hope all had some interesting topics or points that come across your mind, but don't afraid to leave it in the comment section for us to read. 'Cause we are reading. Um, yeah. So take it easy. See you all the next time, and you know what? Stay up 10 toes down. Don't get coughed on. Social distance. Use the hand sanitizers, and hopefully next week we all will hear from us again. So yeah, have a good day. Bye guys.
Guys.